Have you felt like you were walking underwater in the last few days? A certain dragging slowness, a foggy mental confusion, a strange urge to flee reality and just sleep. That was the residual effect of the moon finishing its cycle in the deep and emotional waters of Pisces. But today, the atmosphere changes suddenly, thermally and radically. Like a lightning bolt ripping through a gray sky, the moon enters Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, and decrees the official end of your hibernation. This is the moment of cosmic ignition. Imagine you are sitting in the driver's seat of your own life and finally turn the key with force. The engine roars. Aries energy does not ask for permission, does not ask for calm, and definitely has no patience for perfection. It demands movement. It is that visceral, almost aggressive impulse that makes you get up from the chair and say, "Enough, I'm going to solve this now." Inertia is your only enemy today. If you were paralyzed, waiting for a divine sign, an external authorization, or the perfect alignment of circumstances to get that project off the ground, stop waiting. The sign is this fire starting to burn in your stomach. The anxiety you might be feeling now is nothing more than excess high-octane fuel sitting in the tank. If you don't burn this energy through direct action, it will end up burning you from the inside in the form of irritation. The universe is no longer whispering. It is screaming for you to advance. Don't look in the rearview mirror, because there is nothing back there that can help you now. Life happens in the present, and the present is urgent. Assume command and dictate the rhythm of your destiny. Comment below to start the engines. I start now. To understand the critical mission of today, we need to turn to a fundamental law of physics that governs both celestial bodies and our daily psychology. Newton's first law, or the law of inertia. It tells us that a body at rest tends to stay at rest unless an external force acts upon it. It sounds simple, but this is the biological and physical reason why starting is the hardest thing there is. Nature loves the state of rest. Your brain, programmed to save calories, loves the couch. The universe conspires for you to stay exactly where you are. That is why the first step feels like it weighs a ton, while the 100th step feels like it weighs only a few grams. The energy required to lift a rocket off the ground and overcome gravity in the first minutes of launch is greater than the energy it spends traveling for entire days in space. You, right now, are that rocket on the platform. And the moon in Aries is the fire under the fuselage. Many people spend their entire lives waiting for the moment when they will feel like doing things. They wait for this thing called motivation. They wake up and check the emotional barometer. Am I inspired today? If the answer is no, they roll over and wait for the next day. This is the most dangerous trap of existence. Let me be brutally honest with you. The will is not coming. Motivation is a fickle and lying visitor. If you depend on it to act, you will work 3 days a year. Aries, the warrior of the zodiac, does not wait for motivation. He manufactures his own motivation through movement. The Aries magic lies in understanding that action is not a consequence of feeling. Feeling is a consequence of action. You don't feel good and then go train. You go train, even hating the idea, and in the end, feel good. You don't wait for courage to appear to have the difficult conversation. You start the conversation trembling with fear, and courage emerges during the dialogue. The order of factors changes the product. First you move, then the emotion catches up. Today is the day to declare war against stagnation. Observe where your life is stalled. Where has dust accumulated? It could be in that professional project that never leaves the planning phase, in that health routine that always starts next Monday, or in that effective decision you keep pushing with your belly. The addiction to excessive planning is actually fear disguised as intelligence. We fool ourselves saying, "I just need to research a little more. I need to take one more course before starting. I need to buy the perfect equipment." No, you don't. This is procrastination dressed as preparation. It is the Pisces shadow keeping you in the world of ideas so you don't have to face the risk of the real world. Aries cardinal energy demands that you be, in a way, reckless. It is the healthy recklessness of someone who understands that done is infinitely better than perfect. A mediocre plan executed today is worth more than a genius plan that never leaves the drawer. To break inertia, you need brute force. It's not finesse, it's not technique, it's force. You need to force yourself to take the first step. And this first step doesn't need to be elegant. It can be ugly, it can be stumbling. The important thing is that it happens. Use the 5-second rule. When you have the instinct to do something, get out of bed, send that email, put on your sneakers, you have a window of approximately 5 seconds before your brain starts creating excuses not to do it. The brain will say, "It's cold outside. You can do this tomorrow. What will they think?" The moon in Aries gives you the weapon to kill this internal dialogue. Immediate action. Don't think. Thought is the enemy of execution in the initial stage. Just move the body. If you want to write, don't think about the chapter. Write a bad sentence. If you want to exercise, don't think about the workout time. Just put on the clothes. Trick your mind with micro movements. Once you are in motion, physics starts working in your favor. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. Resistance decreases. Friction disappears. Flow begins. But you need to pay the entry price, which is the acute discomfort of the beginning. Stop waiting for conditions to become favorable. Conditions will never be perfect. There will always be a crisis, a problem, fatigue, a bill to pay. Champions do not operate in ideal conditions. They operate in the reality they have. Today, choose an area of your life that is calcified, hard, and immobile, and take a sledgehammer to it. Do something radical. Do something now. Break the glass of inertia. The pain of starting is fleeting, but the pain of never having tried is eternal. Be the initiator of your own revolution. Now that you understand that inertia is the enemy and movement is the cure, we need to face a second adversary, perhaps even more insidious because it hides behind the mask of virtue. We are talking about the compulsive need to please. There is a word that has been unjustly demonized by our culture, religion, and family upbringing. The word selfishness. We learned from the cradle that thinking of oneself is ugly. We learned that being good means sacrificing oneself, putting others' needs above ours, giving up our seat, our time, and our energy. We live under the dictatorship of friendliness, where the greatest compliment someone can receive is "so-and-so is so nice, they do everything for everyone." But let me translate what this actually means in Aries language. So-and-so has no boundaries, has no self-respect, and is easily exploitable. The moon in Aries arrives today to tear up this contract of servitude. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Its number is 1. Its mantra is "I am." It represents the birth of individuality. After passing through Pisces energy, where we diluted ourselves in the collective, felt the world's pains, and cried others' tears, Aries violently pulls us back into our own body and says, "Me first." This is not narcissism. There is an abysmal difference between narcissism and healthy selfishness. The narcissist uses people as stepping stones to feel superior. They suck dry. The healthy selfish person, in the Aries view, is the one who understands the airplane oxygen mask metaphor. If you don't put your mask on first, you will pass out and won't be able to help anyone. You become dead weight. How many times have you felt exhausted, drained, and secretly resentful because you said yes to a favor you didn't want to do? How many times did you stop working on your personal project to solve the crisis of a friend who lives in crisis? This resentment is your soul's warning signal. It is warning you that you are betraying yourself. When you nullify yourself to please the audience, you are killing the protagonist of your life. And a life without a protagonist is a life adrift. Today, you have cosmic permission to be selfish. Recovering your territory is a matter of survival. The world is an asking machine. If you leave the door open, people will come in and take everything you have: your time, your money, your sanity, and your attention. Aries energy is the electric fence. It is the high wall. It is the ability to say, "This is mine. This time is mine. This energy is for my dream." Stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop apologizing for having a will of your own. Observe how often we physically and verbally shrink ourselves so as not to bother. We speak softly, enter places with heads down, start sentences with "sorry to bother you," but Aries doesn't apologize for existing. Fire doesn't apologize for burning. The sun doesn't apologize for blinding. They just are. You need to embody this main character energy. Look at your schedule for today and the next few days. How much of it is dedicated to building what you want, and how much is dedicated to maintaining other people's lives? If the scale is unbalanced, flip the table. Cancel the appointment you don't want to go to. Don't reply to that message right now if you don't feel like it. Lock the bedroom door and work on what makes your heart beat faster. Will people be upset? Maybe. But the people who truly love you will respect your boundaries. Those who get angry do so because they benefited from your lack of borders, and those are exactly the ones you need to keep away. It is time to put yourself center stage, not as a tyrant, but as a leader of yourself. If you don't fight fiercely for your interests, no one will do it for you. The world won't give you what you deserve. It will give you what you demand. And to demand, you need the courage to say, "I come first." Feel the liberation in owing nothing to anyone for 24 hours. Feel the weight lifting off your back when you abandon the need to be the savior of the nation and go back to being just the savior of your own skin. Your absolute priority today has a first and last name: you. There is a silent disease that kills more dreams than lack of money, lack of time, or lack of talent combined. This disease has a nice name, often used as a compliment in job interviews, but which is actually a parasite of your creativity: perfectionism. Under the ruthless and swift lens of Aries, perfectionism is unmasked. It is not a taste for things done well. It is not attention to detail. It is, in its purest essence, fear. It is the fear of being judged. It is the fear of making mistakes. It is the fear that your work won't be enough. So, to avoid the pain of criticism or failure, You hide behind eternal preparation. You polish, refine, adjust, and revise infinitely, postponing the moment of truth, the moment of putting your work into the world. Aries energy hates waiting. Aries is the sign of impulse, the spark, the explosive start. It understands a universal truth that perfectionists ignore. Implementation speed is more important than the initial quality of the idea. The world does not reward those with the best ideas stored in a drawer. The world rewards those with the courage to execute, even if imperfectly. You need to accept the concept of the dirty draft. Life is a draft. Nothing is born ready. Nothing is born polished. When a child learns to walk, they fall. They walk crookedly. They bump into things. If the child were an adult perfectionist, they would think, well, I don't have the perfect walking technique yet, so I better keep sitting here until I read all the manuals on bipedalism. Sounds ridiculous, right? But that is exactly what you do with your projects. You wait for the website to be perfect to launch the business. You wait to lose weight to start dating. You wait to have state-of-the-art equipment to start recording videos. And while you wait, life passes. While you polish the silverware, the food gets cold. Today, the moon in Aries gives you a command order. Launch the beta version. Embrace the philosophy of done is better than perfect. Understand that you can edit a badly written page, but you cannot edit a blank page. 0 cannot be multiplied. 1, even if it is an ugly, crooked, and incomplete one, is already infinitely larger than 0. It exists, it takes up space, it interacts with reality. Perfectionism is arrogance. It is the belief that you can predict all problems and solve them before even entering the field. That is impossible. True learning only happens in the arena. You will only know if your product is good when someone tries to buy it. You will only know if your text works when someone reads it. Aries teaches us to learn through collision. It is a sign that bangs its head against the wall to discover the wall is hard. And that's okay. The mistake is not a moral failure. The mistake is just data. It is information. Ah, I went this way and it didn't work. Now I'll adjust the route. This is dynamic intelligence. Standing still analyzing all possible routes without ever taking a step is static stupidity. Kill your inner critic today. The one that says, it's not good enough. Tell him, it goes like this anyway. Today's aesthetic is that of the sketch, the improvisation, the raw energy. There is a wild beauty in things that are not overproduced. People are tired of seeing edited lives, photos with excessive filters, and polished corporate texts that say nothing. They crave authenticity, and authenticity is, by definition, imperfect. It has flaws, it has textures, it has humanity. Your mission now is to identify where you are stuck by excessive zeal. What is the project that has been 90% ready for 6 months? Finish it today, launch it today, publish it today, send the email today. Don't look back to correct. Don't ask for 10 people's opinions. Just release. The relief of getting rid of the task will be immediate. You will realize the world didn't end because there was a typo or because the color wasn't exact. On the contrary, you created movement. And movement generates new opportunities. Perfect stagnation is a grave. Imperfect movement is life. Choose life. Choose the mess of doing over the sterility of planning. Be fast. Be bold. And allow yourself to be good enough for today. Tomorrow you improve. But today you do. We have been conditioned to believe that all forms of aggression are negative, and that the ideal state of existence is absolute peace, absence of conflict, and passivity. However, Aries reminds us of an ancestral truth. Life, in its essence, is a fight. From the sperm fighting to fertilize the egg, to the seed needing to tear through the hard earth to seek sunlight, nothing is born without effort, without friction, and without a healthy dose of creative violence. Today, you need to make peace with your inner warrior. Picking a fight doesn't mean going out and causing trouble in traffic or arguing on the internet. It means having the willingness to fight tooth and nail for your dreams. It means not accepting no as a final answer. It means looking at a bureaucratic, financial, or emotional obstacle and saying, "You won't stop me." Many people give up on their projects at the first sign of resistance. The bank denies the loan, they give up. The partner criticizes the idea, they give up. The first video gets few views, they give up. They lack the Aries' thick skin. They lack the fire in their eyes. The universe tests your conviction. It places barriers in the way not to stop you, but to ask, how bad do you really want this? If you retreat at the first difficulty, the answer is that you didn't want it that much. Today's energy invites you to be relentless. Defend your ideas with passion. If someone slams the door in your face, come in through the window. If the window is locked, break down the wall. Passivity is the grave of ambition. Do not expect them to clear the way for you to pass. The world is crowded and noisy. If you want your place in the sun, you will have to push, you will have to impose yourself, and you will have to take the hit. Put on your armor. Stop running from necessary conflict. Some battles are inevitable, and if you fight with honor and courage, victory is not only possible, it is your destiny. Are you feeling electric, restless, perhaps with a pulsating headache, or a reasonless irritation that seems to vibrate under your skin? Be careful not to confuse this with pathological anxiety or mental stress. What you are feeling is pure accumulated kinetic energy. Aries is a fire sign, ruled by Mars, the planet of physical action, war, and sports. When the moon transits here, your body receives a massive discharge of adrenaline and cortisol. It is like having a Formula One engine installed in a VW Beetle. If you leave this car parked in the garage, revving in neutral, the engine will blow. You will explode at your partner, get insomnia, or bite your nails until they bleed. The only possible safety valve today is intense movement. The mind won't calm down by thinking. It will only calm down when the body is exhausted. Forget passive meditation or lying down trying to relax. That will only increase your neurosis now. You need to sweat. You need impact. Your body is asking to be challenged. Go for a run until your lungs burn. Hit a punching bag. Lift weights that require all your concentration. Dance in the living room to loud music with fast beats. Do some heavy cleaning dragging furniture around. Sweat today acts as a purification ritual. With every drop that drips, an obsessive thought goes away. The mental clarity you seek won't be found in books or conversations, but in that glorious silence that happens right after a peak of physical effort. When blood circulates with violence, it washes the soul. Do not neglect your physiology. Treat your body like the powerful machine it is. Give it the combustion it demands, and it will give you back focus, calm, and a sensation of unshakable power. There is a mental trap consuming our energy and keeping us paralyzed: the obsession with the long term. We live trying to predict the future, creating 5-year plans, imagining where we will be in the next decade, and anticipating problems that might not even happen. While planning has its value, today, under the impulsive influence of Aries, it is poison. Trying to hold the entire future in your hands is too heavy. The strategy for today is to drastically reduce your time horizon. Forget the marathon. Focus on the sprint. Aries is the sign of now. It has no memory, past, and no patience, future. It has presence. To harness this energy, you need to adopt a tactical tunnel vision. Imagine you are driving at night on a dark road. Your car's headlights illuminate only the next 30 meters. You don't need to see the entire road to the final destination. You only need to see those 30 meters to keep moving forward safely. The question you should ask yourself is not, how will I solve my financial life this year? Because that question paralyzes you by the size of the monster. The correct question is, what is the single concrete action I can take in the next 24 hours to improve my bank account? It could be canceling a useless subscription, charging a client, or sending a proposal. Just one thing, but a real thing. The secret to Aries productivity is the quick win. The human brain is addicted to dopamine, the reward hormone. When you set a gigantic and distant goal, the reward takes too long to arrive and you get discouraged. When you define a short goal, I will organize this drawer now, or I will answer this email now, and fulfill it, your brain receives an immediate injection of satisfaction. This small victory generates confidence. You think, I am capable of finishing things. And then you move to the next task with more energy. It is the snowball effect. Great empires are built brick by brick, and the only thing you can control is the brick in your hand this exact second. Abandon complexity. Simplify your schedule. If the to-do list has 20 items, tear it up and write a new one with only 3 essential items, those that, if done, will make the day worthwhile. The power lies in the immediate. The past is dead, and the future is a hallucination. Life happens exclusively in the present moment. Be relentless with your focus. Solve what is in front of you. Pay the bill due today. Have the pending conversation now. By focusing on the short term, you eliminate anxiety and regain traction. The future takes care of itself if you take good care of the now. The wait is over. There is no right moment. There is only the moment now. The courage you seek so much is not the absence of fear. It is the audacious decision to act despite it. Do not wait for the shaking to stop. Go with shaking hands, go with a racing heart, but go. The universe can only guide an object that is already in motion. Take the first step in the dark, and the road will appear beneath your feet. You are in command. Turn the key and accelerate. Make your commitment to action official. Write in the comments to start the engine. I start now. Fortune favors the bold.